Morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, kids. Let's see what's happening here with everything. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the B Cup. Here we are. It is Thursday, October 5th, and I have some things to talk to you about, like I always do, because I'm very opinionated. I've been told that I'm opinionated. I think I'm extremely. Is opinionated the same thing as stubborn, or is it the same thing as what is opinionated? Opinionated, is that a bad thing or is it a good thing? I consider myself, I think, to be opinionated, and I think that's a good thing because I have my own opinions. And I'm not swayed. I can be changed, my mind can be changed, but I don't know if being opinionated, I'm not sure. Let's discuss that word opinionated. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Dodie. Good morning, Leonard. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brandon. So so I have been confirmed for London. I will be in London from the 17th until the 31st. I'll be performing in London for Halloween. How awesome is that? Hello, my friend Jamie. Okay, Elizabeth, Tori, good morning, my friend. And then I'll be in Miami, kids. I'm coming to Florida. Where's our little kitty cat, Obama? Do you know our kitty for the neighborhood here where I live is named Obama? Mm. Good morning. Habla español. Sí, mi español es no muy, muy bueno, but entiendes. Sí, es necesario para mí practicar también, porque no más vivo en México, aquí en Los Ángeles. No mucha gente habla español conmigo, so es importante para mí. So, cuando vendes, oh, when am I coming to Spain? Oh, it's possible that I come to Spain, but I don't know yet. I have so many more trips uh, uh, programmed right now. So, Sarah says you you have opinions and aren't afraid to share them. This is true. So does that make me opinionated? When we say hi, Tara. When we say, good morning, Diana. When we say opinionated, does that not sound a little bit like not nice? That's what I think when I hear that. You know, like you're opinionated. I am very opinionated. Yo te enseño español. Oh, in España ellos habla Spanish, uh, castigo, or no sé, it's no lo mismo de español, sí. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Buck. Keep on rocking. You are changing people's lives. As a counselor, I prefer people to listen to you all the time. Oh, that's so sweet. Bless you and thank you. You know, let me just say something to you, Eva. As a counselor, thank you for your work. I very much appreciate your work. We need more of you. I would really actually thinking about starting a list of great gender therapists because we need to start something where there is a list where we can start to show the younger kids that this is where you need to be, and this is, I'm big on mental health care, huge. It's the thing that I think will make or break you on a lot of levels. Opinionated does sound negative to me too. So okay, let me drink my coffee because people are telling me. Opinionated, Tori says, conceitedly assertive, yes, conceitedly assertive and dogmatic in one's opinion. So it's not a nice thing to say, right? Having strong opinions that you feel free to express. Well, I like that one better. Hi, Diana. How are you doing? Good morning, Rachel. Nice to see you. I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, especially mental health care. So, all of you mental health care, good morning, JC. Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Mandy. Good morning, Raphael. Remember, opinions are important. Okay, they are important, but really, I have a big opinion on mental health care, and I thank all our mental health care professionals who take the time and energy to learn about us and to create a space where you can help us be better. That's what mental health care professionals are. They are people that care about us. They are people that take the time and energy to learn. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Tori. About us in order to help us be better people. What is the problem? You take your car to a mechanic, right? And you want your car to run great, right? It's the reason you go to a mechanic, right? So if you just look at a mental health care professional as a mechanic. That's all they are. A mental health care mechanic. A mental health care professional is a mechanic for your engine. Good morning, Katie. Oh, hi, Tori. We miss you a lot, too. Haven't seen you around. Raphael says, I love Beyonce. Good for you. Jesse says, mental health is so important, but the government doesn't think so. Well, it's not only the government. Actually, it's not only the government. And here's the deal. Prior to what's happening today in the transgender community, we used to have guidelines. We used to have guidelines on how to transition. Back in the day when I transitioned, you had to go through a certain set of rules or regulations. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. Okay, I don't think that's a bad thing. Hi, CJ. CJ says, as a trans man, I am thankful for you. Thank you, my friend. I very much appreciate that. And I'm strong because you guys help me stay strong. Diana says, make sure you bring warm clothes when you come to London. It's really cold in London right now. Urgh, I hate it. Listen, let's get back to mental health real quick here because it's very important and I want to not lose my train of thought. So there used to be guidelines, okay? And the guidelines said, if you want to transition, you must live in the gender of your choice that you want to. So let's use me as an example. I had to live as Buck and a male form. I had to dress like a man. I had to be spoken to like a man. I had to live my life as male because that's what I wanted to be before I could transition. So people could interact and I could interact in the world as male and see how it felt. And then I got to have a note from my doctor. This is real, you guys. I had a note from my psychologist, my therapist, who I took to my hormone, right, who gave me testosterone, and I had to give a note to him, and then he said, okay, you can take hormones, and then I could take hormones, and then I had to get a note from my therapist and my hormone doctor to give to my surgeon. And then my surgeon said, okay, you can have, do you understand what I'm saying? Well, Tori, I'm going to disagree with you. Tori said, so glad it's not like that anymore. I'm going to disagree with you, Tori. And not in a bad way. I don't think it should be such a rigorous situation to get to that point. But I do think we need to have a little bit more guidelines. I do. I just feel like it's just a little bit too free-willy and people change their minds. Especially youngsters change their minds. Surgery is surgery. Surgery isn't dressing up. Surgery isn't, I'm going to put this hat on today and I'm going to walk the world as Buck and everyone's going to see me as a man, right? Surgery is, I'm going to cut my breasts off today at 16 years old. And at 25, what happens when I change my mind? What happens when I change my mind and I already had surgery, right? So really, there are certain situations where we have to have a little bit more understanding of what's going to happen in this situation. Dressing up and being a boy and walking the world that way is amazing and awesome. It doesn't hinder anything if you decide, I don't really feel like a boy. But if you start to take hormones and you start to have surgery, those things are irreversible. Surgery is permanent. We are not discussing this. I do believe you should have the opportunity at a young age to transition. But I don't believe at 16 you necessarily know yourself enough to say, I really want to remove my boobs and I really want to have a hysterectomy at 16. I'm sorry, but it's, you know what? Why am I saying I'm sorry? That's learned behavior. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. That you just saw learned behavior come out of me. So it's just my opinion. Trampaw's opinionated. It's just my opinion, and I might sound like an old grumpy Trampaw. Maybe I am, but it's just my opinion, and it's what I see, and it's, for me, just a safety net. I like safety nets because free falling isn't necessarily the best way you want to do your transition. You don't want a free fall because the free fall means there could be a net. So when you free fall, you're taking a chance, a 50-50 chance that you're going to hit the ground or you're going to hit a net. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to see how many people disagree with me. How many people disagree with me here? Because I'm all about that. I think Tori disagreed with me. Sanders, youngsters have hormones and running wild. Jesse said I had to go through a bunch of loops to get hormones. Well, that's different. How old were you when you did that? I posted about a documentary in our group. Okay, good morning. A surgery should not be allowed until the age of maturity. But we need to understand what does that mean, because everybody matures at different ages, right? Everybody. Zach says, it took me 3 years before they gave me testosterone. And I agree, as an older trans man, the younger trans dude want it all quick. They need to slow down. Because you want to know why, Zach? This is what I believe and why the younger generation now wants it so fast. Social media, the internet. It gives you this idea when you see somebody like me or maybe somebody like you. I don't know how far along you're in transition. But when youngsters see me, they automatically think that they just have to take hormones and have surgery. They don't realize how old I am, how long I've been doing this, and what I went through to get to this point. You understand? We have this thing called instant gratification right now. Tori says it really depends. Someone like Jazz, who has lived as herself for so many years, is different than someone the same age. That comes 100%. Everyone is different. You know how I feel about the individuality part. That's very important that we stay. Of course, everybody's experience. Everybody's. I know, Jerry says, I know plenty of trans men that want to experience pregnancy. I have like 10 friends, trans guys who have babies. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation for sure. Not for me, but if you want to have a baby, go right ahead. Yeah. Rick says it takes a village of caregivers to completely take care of you. Jesse says, I'm 28 and all I wanted to do was start my new life. And I feel that way pre-op. You're 28. You're not 16. Hillary says it should be understood about all the highs and lows of transition. We need to talk about what does it mean to transition. Tara says, in my opinion, 25 years of age when the brain is fully formed and gives time to let the hormone take effect. This is why Rochelle says, I have you on Facebook and YouTube. Listen, this is why we need to have conversation. I'm not saying set strict rules again like we had. No, I'm saying let's have the conversation. Philip says, I do not disagree. I wish there were more resources here in Mississippi. Well, we could, Philip, that's something you could be doing for your community right now. Build resources for your community in Mississippi. If you don't see the resources and you want the resources, make the resources, you guys. If you don't have a gay and lesbian LGBT center in your town, start to figure out how to make the center in your town. It's not just about you. Think about the other people that want to have the center or the other people that need resources in your city or your town. You can find like-minded people. Start those resources in your town. Don't just sit here and say, I wish we had them, because that just wishing upon it isn't necessarily going to make it happen. Pick yourself up and start to work on creating that environment in your town, not only for you, but for your community. When you do that, it will make you feel so amazing. Trust me. Philip says they'd close Planned Parenthood and open another Planned Parenthood. Talk about how do we open a clinic. Philip, get on it right now, my friend. You need something in your town. Maureen says we let our daughters lead the way. We also have to put the brakes on as parents. Exactly. That's a great point, Maureen. Exactly. As a parent, that's a difficult thing. And I'm going to equate my parenting to dogs because I don't have kids. So I always am telling my dogs and teaching them, sit over here. You sit down before you get to eat. This is the right way. This is the wrong. It's the same thing with kids. Kids are actually looking to you for guidance, whether you know it or not. I really believe that kids are looking at their parents for guidance. Rachel says, in the UK, it's hard to get treatment and therapy. In the USA, if you and your parents have good insurance, you can transition fast. But Rachel, how do we change that in the UK? The UK is behind the United States, and a lot of places are when it comes to trans stuff. Elizabeth says, okay, it's not the documentary about a kid, but a transgender military couple. Nate says, I'm 35. Whilst I've always known I want top surgery. Mentally, I think it's only now that I'm fully in a place that I think of myself. Yeah, Nate. Think about that. That's a good story, and we want to hear about it on a larger level. Like, it's good for you to take your story and write it and put it out there so another youngster can see, oh, Nate Nate wanted his surgery at 20, but he waited until he was 35 to get it. And he feels so much better about it. These are stories we need to talk about, because if we don't see that waiting is so great and will make it so much better for you. Rushing into anything always causes problems. Always. Alex said, my son had top surgery at 13. He'll be 15 next month. He needed the letter from his endo and therapist. He was persistent and consistent with his gender identity. We are 100% confident in his decision. His mental health improved immensely. Every person is different, though. Exactly, Alex. That is my point. Bless you. I am so happy your child is happy and it worked out for you. But I have to say, you guys sound like you might be a little bit more ahead of the game than most parents, okay? Or kids. I don't really know. Every child is different. Though it sounds to me like you also sent your child to mental health care. That is also part of the equation. If we're not sending our kids to mental health care, how do you expect your kid to really understand themselves? Not from you. You're the parent. Kids aren't going to open up totally to their parents, and you're kidding yourself if you think they are. I don't care who and what kind of a parent you are. They're not. Azra says, here in Canada, there's more focus on children with counseling for them and their families. We no longer need psychiatric papers to move forward. And I don't think you should. But I do think we should be talking about how is mental health part of the equation. Hillary says, I'm a mom of 2 daughters who is 13 and who is speaking about trans community at her school. She is bi and not trans, but she feels the younger need to hear the right info from the young. Exactly. Good afternoon, Lou. It's nice to see you. So, today the topic of the show is your happy place. And I think for myself, I've been losing my happy place a lot because I just feel so angry about the shooting in Las Vegas. I feel so angry about how we are constantly attacked as a community of people from different organizations. I am very upset about how we attack each other in our own community. I think more than anything, I am the most upset about our own community and the way we interact with each other. It just upsets me. On a daily basis, I see it. On a daily basis, I get attacked by my own community members. Not dialogue, not opinions, just attacked. Because I don't change my mind. They say things like this, once again, Buck, you're wrong. Once again, I'm wrong. First off, when you start off a sentence to me that way, you've immediately put me into a whole other space. You've immediately shut me down. Because when you're saying, you sound to me like you're shaming me and you're scolding me as a child. Once again, Buck, you're wrong. Once again, I'm not wrong. Once again, I have my own opinion, and once again, you're not changing my mind. So that makes me wrong? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the kind of dialogue we are talking about in our community. If you don't come along with the way we speak and we talk, once again, Buck, you're wrong. Who talks like that? I'm not a fucking child. You're not a fucking child. We're not children. We have our own opinions. We have our own way of doing things. It doesn't make me better than you. It doesn't make me worse than you. It just makes me, what? Me. I don't get it. I don't get this idea. We need to stop this. Once again, Buck, you're wrong. That just shuts the conversation down. Don't talk to people like that. That's like so beneath and so yucky. So then I started to realize, oh my God, I'm losing my happy space. I'm losing my happy place. And you want to know what a happy place is? It's this. That energy that you have inside of you. If you're constantly feeling on edge and worried and blah, 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 and just feeling that, that's not your happy place. And that's the kind of energy that you're projecting out into the world. You're projecting that fearful energy. You're projecting that negative energy. You're projecting that anxiety energy. You're projecting that energy out, which again, what in turn brings that energy back to you again. So I'm going to say it again. When you project that fear energy, when you project that angry energy, when you project that energy at somebody else, you will get that energy back. So that's why talking about what is your happy place? thinking about the beautiful mountains, the amazing beach. I love the beach. I love water. I love nature. I love just thinking about myself laying in a big chaise lounge next to the ocean with a gigantic, huge, awesome, what am I going to say? Not an alcoholic drink. One of those non-alcoholic pina coladas in Hawaii are amazing. That's what I picture myself doing. And I release all of that anxiety, that fear, that, yep, I have it too. I have it too. Watch what happens when you release it and you go to your happy place. It's an amazing thing. Jeremy says, my happy place is on the beach with Daniel Craig. Elizabeth says, I want to start meditating because I have been feeling a lot of anxiety. Please start. Just sit with yourself for 5 minutes. Just sit with yourself for 5 minutes. Let everything else go. Don't listen to anything. Shut everything off. That's meditation. Go into your own brain. I want a book and a blanket on the porch in the fall. There's too much hate and fear in the world. You're right. We need to put love into the universe, Jeremy says. Elizabeth says, I can't spell that. Nathan says, you speak with so much truth, Buck. Seeing your beauty outside of the human. I speak with for us, my friend. My energy is your energy. That's why you're feeling me. That's why we connect. Even though it's between this screen right here and this technology, energy is everything. This is technology. This is metal, but our energy is flowing between this. It is. I know it. I feel it. If you don't know that, you must know that. Energy is bigger than all of this hard stuff. No. This is just one dimension you're looking at right now. We live in a dimensional world. And so if you can feel my energy, which I know you can because you keep coming back for it, you keep coming back, and I keep coming back. I'm not here to feed my ego. I'm coming back because I feel the energy between you and me. That's real. Our energy every morning is real. It's not fake. It's not fake. And we feed off of each other's energy. As well, you can feel when I'm anxiety ridden and I'm fearful, and when I wake up in the morning and I'm all and I start full speed ahead. That's me in my anxiety mode when I get like that. And so that's why I said, oh, we got to talk about happy space. We got to talk about happy place. Okay? Mandy says, my happy place is a white sandy beach with crystal clear water and a light breeze with a comfy chair and a coffee. Ah, beautiful. Energy is fluid. So in our community, when we keep coming at each other, what are we creating? We're creating negative energy between each other. When you say to Buck, me, once again, Buck, you're wrong, that immediately starts the conversation off on what? Negativity. If you said, you know what, Buck, I don't agree with you. Your opinion is your opinion and this is my opinion. That's different. We can completely open the door. But with your smart-ass motherfucking mouth saying, once again, Buck, you're wrong, this is the creation of the energy that isn't working in our community. Stop reaching out there. Come back to you. If you have a problem with another community member, take it behind the scenes. What do you think private messaging is for? It's to act like an adult. That's why we have private messaging. That's why we have DMs, so that you can act like an adult. And when you want to pull somebody over to the side, you do it behind the curtain. You don't do it in front of the curtain and make a show out of it for your own self-enjoyment and for your own ego. Because when you call somebody out in public, that's exactly what you're doing. You're making a spectacle. You're creating a fucking block. You're saying, look at me, I can call this person out. It's all about me. Try doing it behind the curtain and see what happens next time, right? So, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down here a little bit like here. Dodie, good morning, Dodie says, it does flow through. Whenever I talk about you, I say, Buck Angel, my friend, even though, see, because we are friends. We are, Lindsay. My place is snuggling in bed with my awesome girlfriend. Yeah, my anxiety hits me in my stomach too, Elizabeth. Mindy says, thank you, Buck. I recently had someone try to control me and be very rude to me, and now they aren't able to put their negativity on me. Exactly. I will say it again, kids. If you are in a community here, and you are in some community forum on Facebook, and you're getting harassed, and harassed means somebody talking down to you, telling you you're not trans, and I don't even need to tell you what harassed is. You know what? If you feel any negativity, I don't even need to tell you what that is. Any negativity from a group that you go into, leave the group now. You're getting zero from it except anxiety, depression, feeling bad about yourself. They want you to do that. It is a form of control. Have we ever done that in the B Cup? Will we ever do that in the B Cup? You know the answers to that. Every day we want you to leave here feeling what? Refreshed, ready to take on the world, talking to your other community members in a positive way, creating some kind of place in your little town. We create positivity here. Why are you in a group that is not creating positivity? If you are in a group that you leave every day feeling angry or disjointed or whatever the fuck it is, you're not in your fucking happy place. You do not need to go to that group. Stop going to the groups on Facebook that create negativity in your life. I don't know why you're going to it. I know why. This is what happens with people. Somehow negativity becomes a drug. It's a weird thing. But sometimes people feed into that drama, right? We all do. I'm going to be honest with you. I've done it. We get it. We feed into the drama. And the drama becomes, I got to see what that fucking guy just said about me. Okay, I'm going to walk away and I'm not going to look at it again. Then in like 10 minutes, you're like, fuck it. I'm going to see what that guy said about me. I did it. I do it. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? What is that feeling that we get? It's not warm and fuzzy. It's not warm and fuzzy. What is that feeling we get? It's weird. It's like a drug. I need to come back to that negative feeling. Oh my God, Tramp, I just drank a whole bunch of water because I feel dehydrated. So, Lindsay says, I had to do that. I was getting bullied in FetLife and left every community on there where the bullies hang out. Huge amount of bullies on FetLife. Get out. I don't go on any of those fucking things. They're nuts. Oh my God, I said nuts. Dodie says, I recently had to delete and block a friend that I have had since high school because every time I posted about Lonnie, I got some smart-ass remark that she deserves what she got. Done. Out. The minute somebody said, ego, Tara, exactly. Amberly says, hi, Buck, baby. What advice can you give to a late transitioner as a friend about having or trying to get your bio family to accept you when they are at the stage why they are transitioning and are hurt? See what's happening, though? Here's this person asking me, what advice can you give a late transitioner as a friend about having or trying to get your biological family to accept you when they are at the stage of why are you transitioning and hurting your wife and daughter? That's a great remark, Amberly and Amberly. Listen to me. It's not about those people. Those people, they're making it about them. When someone says, why are you transitioning now and hurting your wife and daughter? It becomes about them and not about the person who's transitioning. My transition has nothing to do with you. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, and I'm sorry if you think it has anything to do with you. In order for me to be a good parent and a good person in the world, I need to find myself, and I need to finally become my authentic self in order to move through the world. Would you rather me kill myself? Would you rather me become an alcoholic and a drug addict? Would you rather me walk around the world in depression, anxiety, not feeling fine in my body? Would you rather that than me become me and give my wife a better partner and give my child a better parent? That's all you gotta say. It's not about you. It's about me and the quality of my life. And if my wife and my daughter love me at the same level that I love them, they will be nothing but accepting, positive, empathetic, compassionate. That's all you gotta say. And whatever comes back from them, comes back from them. It has nothing to do with you, my friend. Stop. Don't take other people's shit on. Just don't. Just don't. First and foremost, you rock this world because you have a purpose. Don't forget that. You have a purpose. And whatever your purpose is will be told to you because the universe has a plan for you. Don't forget that. If all of a sudden you wake up one day, and you go, oh my God, I think I'm a trans person. I think I finally am feeling like I need to transition. Then that's your desire and your life. And you don't need to ask permission ever from anybody, especially if you're an adult. Especially if you're an adult. As a child too, I agree with that, but that's a whole other kind of conversation. As an adult, you need nothing from nobody. You don't need your wife, your husband, your child, your grandparents, anybody to tell you you can or cannot transition. You know goddamn well what you need to do for you. And if you don't take your own path, you will be unhappy, you will be sad, you will be ridden with anxiety, possible all kinds of fucked up shit. Because why? Why do you think people are angry in the world? Why do you think that crazy, and I said it, context and intent please, person busted out a fucking window and blew away a fucking bunch of people? That man was not happy in his own body. Everyone's saying mental health. Of course it's related to mental health. 100%. You are not mentally stable if you do something like that. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. We're mentally stable people. That has everything to do with mental health care. So stop pretending like it doesn't. He is a terrorist. He's a bad person. Okay, all of the things that we're saying, yes, but he also has some mental health care problems. That said, why? Why was that man so angry? Why was that man so fearful? Why was that man so full of anxiety and shit that he had to fucking buy guns and kill other people? Why? I don't know the real answer to that. I can give you my opinion why, and I will give you my opinion why. I believe that we do not discuss mental health care at the level it needs to be discussed in this country. We have put mental health care into this space that it's like, shh, you're crazy. You have to go to mental health care. If you don't go to mental health care, you're not going to be okay. What? What? We should be talking about mental health care like this. Every single person in the United States should be seeing a therapist now. That's how we need to talk about it. You need to take your car in to get the oil changed. You need to take your fucking body in to your therapist to have your mind cleaned. That's all it is. It's just cleaning your engine. That's what therapy is. It's so weird how we come to this idea that therapy is for mentally ill people, for people who aren't together, for people who are sick. That's not what mental health care is. Mental health care is a part of your actual health care. If you fucking eat good food and you exercise and you go to the gym and you take hormones and you put makeup on your face and you comb your hair, that's all health care. Why aren't you taking care of your mind? It's because we've stigmatized mental health care. We have made mental health care seem like you're crazy if you go to mental health care. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You are actually really together when you say, I need to go to a therapist. I need to discuss my stuff. I need to see what's going on with me. I need to talk about myself. That's all it is. That man who shot all those fucking people in Las Vegas clearly had some mental health issues, but why are we not talking about why do we have so many angry people in our country willing to just fucking buy guns and kill people? Why? Because it's not the first or the last time this is going to happen. It's escalating. It's escalating at such a rate. People are pissed off here about the craziest fucked up shit. Because we have created fear. on so many. The United States is what? It's a fearful country. That's what the United States is. We've become fearful. We've become angry. We've become resistant. We've become so full of ego. We've become what we wish we never did. But now we are. And what do we do about it? We have to discuss it. It's so simple, yet so out there that no one wants to discuss it. I didn't drink all my coffee. It's 9:15, kids. I got a lot to do. I'm leaving Monday night for New York City. Then I'll be in New York for a week, and then I'll be in London after that for 2 weeks, and then I'll be in Miami after that. I'm going to put it all on my schedule in the next day or so. I love you guys a lot, okay? Philip says, I feel like people attach themselves to base emotions, and it creates the attachment to the feeling of woe is me. Yeah, I think that could be partly, Philip. I don't know. We became jaded, Rick, 100%. Nate says mental health stigma is a killer because we don't allow ourselves to get the help we need. Because we stigmatize it. Because we stigmatize it and we say, if you're going to therapy, you're crazy. Right? Right? Oh, Nate, if we're in London, let's hang out for sure. It's real talk, you guys. Real talk. We're not going to talk about bullshit on here. We're going to talk real talk. Because I don't know why people don't want to talk real talk. Why are people so fearful to talk about mental health care, to talk about words, to talk about how we bully each other, to talk about what does it really mean to be you? What are we scared of in our community? What are we scared of when we start to say we don't need to do studies? Are you fucking kidding me? We better be doing studies. We better be doing studies on transgender children. We better be doing studies on what it means to detransition. We better be doing studies on long-term use of testosterone. How dare community members say we shouldn't be studying our own community? Fuck you. That is denial at the utmost. I have nothing to fear at all, because I know who I am. I want studies on me. I want studies as to why I became this person. I want studies on what happens when you let a child transition. I want studies on why did this person transition fine and why did this person want to detransition at this age? Why wouldn't you want studies? That speaks fear to me at such a level. When our transgender community leaders say, we don't need studies. Fuck you. You make us look like a bunch of fucking crazy wingnuts when you say we don't need studies. You make us look like we fucking know what the fuck we're talking about. No we don't. We don't know what we're talking about. I know what I am. I know who I am. I know what worked for me. I have no idea what will work for you. So why wouldn't you want studies? Then we can put those studies together and we could create a better community. And we can create a better way that a child can transition. When you say we don't need studies, guess what that says to me? That says fear. And that says to me that you don't care about the people that are coming behind you. That says to me that you only care about you. And you don't want somebody to find out something about you. Because they might find something out about you in those studies that you don't want to fucking hear. I don't care what they find out about me in those studies. I know me. So I don't fucking care. But if we don't do studies, we are shooting ourselves in the foot. We are not advancing. We are not creating a positive environment. We are not understanding what it means to transition. We are not understanding what it means when a 5-year-old says, Mommy, I'm Tommy, I'm not Susie. We are only saying it's only ever going to be like this, and the trans community is only ever going to be like this. No, sorry, we are ever evolving. We are humans. Nathan says, keep the real buck. If I had not started T at 17, a year before I was supposed to by the Australian court, the rest of my school life, just mental health in general, would have been so much poorer. You see that? Tori says, we need studies on so many levels, social, medical, everything. Everything. Vintrin says, it isn't to make people feel like experiments in cages. Yes, it's data to make improvement. Okay, YouTube, I love you. I gotta go. See how you guys do that. You just keep me. Don't forget about this.